Good morning, everyone. This is Daryl from Crypto Daily Trade Signals. It's April 29th here. It's 10 a.m. here in Asia. It's pretty sunny. It's a great day. And today I've got a very interesting video. We're going to talk about Ethereum. I'm going to give you my Ethereum price targets. And one of the interesting things that we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about how Ethereum is coupled with Bitcoin. We're going to look at the Bitcoin stock to flow chart and correlate that with the Ethereum price. As you know, that the total market cap of Bitcoin versus Ethereum, Ethereum is about 5 times less than Bitcoin. So you can use that ratio to do a correlation based on the stock to flow chart. So I think that you're going to see some interesting correlations, and you're going to see some reasonable Ethereum price targets because there's a lot of YouTubers they've got clickbait and they've got all of these hyper-inflated targets, and they're trying to suck everybody into these $100,000 Ethereum price targets. Well, $100,000 Ethereum this cycle is just not going to happen because it means that to get 100,000 and if you correlate that to the Bitcoin, it means that the Bitcoin price is going to have to be close to $1 million. So I don't see that happening this cycle, and any reasonable and sane person also doesn't see that happening. So I'm going to give you some real info, impactful info, and information that I think is really going to be reasonably interpreted, and these are targets that are likely going to happen. Now remember, if we look at all the stock to flow charts, the Bitcoin pie chart, and all of that, we see this bull cycle ending in September, October. Some people are talking about a super cycle. I still believe that a super cycle could happen because we see that there are a lot of institutional investors are buying Bitcoin right now, and we could enter into a super cycle. But on the conservative side, we should look at the stock to flow model for Bitcoin, do the correlation of the market cap for Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then we can chart out our price predictions based on that. So we're going to do some simple math, some simple calculations, and come up with a price targets that I think are perfectly reasonable. Do I think that a $5,000 Ethereum is going to happen this bull cycle? 100% guaranteed. That's an absolute guarantee. But by July, when we have that new EIP 1546 come out, that's definitely going to happen. 10,000 Ethereum by the end of this bull cycle, there's a good possibility that's going to happen. But we're going to get into the calculations, and we're going to look at the different models, and we're going to give you some projections on when that's going to happen and how that's going to happen. Also, keep in mind, this is not financial advice. This is just me giving you my opinions. And remember, a lot of people talk about TA and technical analysis as being the be-all and end-all. Remember, technical analysis only works until it doesn't, and it's only an indicator of a trend, and it's not a guarantee. So let's jump into the content. Hope you like this video. Please, guys, share with your friends. Please subscribe. We got to get the view count up on these videos, so help spread the message. This is Daryl from Daily Crypto Trade Signals. Let's get into the content. Peace out. All right, everybody, let's jump into the content. What I'm going to talk to you about is I'm going to talk to you about the Ethereum BTC correlation. I'm going to give you the what I consider the golden ratio between Ethereum, BTC. I'm going to talk to you about the stock to flow chart, the BTC stock to flow chart, which gives you a price prediction of where BTC is going to go. And if we use that ratio between Bitcoin and Ethereum, this will let you know and be indicative of where we can see Ethereum price going, and that will allow us to predict the price movement for this bull run. But before we do that, we need to look at the historical movement of Ethereum. So let's take a look at that chart right now, and let's map that out. So here you're looking at the price chart for Ethereum from inception up until today. And you can see that over time, Ethereum has made some measured moves. Now, if you look at the Bitcoin halving and also the Bitcoin crashes and consolidations, you'll know, and later I'll show you the BTC Ethereum chart, and you can see that both tend to follow each other's trend with a very concise correlation in terms of ratio, and you'll see that how that pans out. So let's take a look at Ethereum. If we go back here in this area, Ethereum was trading around about $1. Then it's in 2015, and then it had a measured move to around about $10 here, and that was its first 10x big move. And then it moved from 10x, and then it moved all the way up to this point here, and that was around about $382, and that was its 30x big 30x pump. And then we saw there was some consolidation here, and then we went from around about $300, and then we moved up all the way to 1200 area here. That was about a 4x, and that was the big peak in 2018. And then we saw the 2-year crash of Ethereum, where Ethereum's price just basically dumped from 1400 and went as low as, less than $100. So then we can see after that 2 years in this area here, Ethereum picked up again to about $200 and then made a 14x movement to where we are today at about $2,700. Now remember, yesterday Ethereum hit an all-time high. It's about to get to that level now, so we can see that actually happening. So if we look at the 1 month prices for Ethereum and BTC, you can still see that Ethereum is outperforming BTC. It's up 53% compared to BTC, which is now down 5.63%. And you can see that the Bitcoin dominance is dropping again, etc. So let's take a look at Ethereum's ecosystem, and you can see that right now, if you look at the snapshot of Ethereum ecosystem, you can see that most of the DeFi projects are built on Ethereum. And recently, you've heard about the announcement where Visa decided that it would use Ethereum as part of its payment system. So that's really bullish news. So I still really think that Ethereum is still in its early days and has a long way to go. Most people know about Bitcoin. People have heard of Ethereum, but if you talk about all of these DeFi projects, most people have never heard about these projects. So I still think there's lots of room to grow. And as I mentioned before, in the historical movement of the Ethereum charts, so the first big move for Ethereum was a 10x, then we had a 30x move, then we had a 4x move, and a 14x move. And these correlate pretty closely with the Bitcoin halving, So let's take a look at the correlation between Bitcoin and Ethereum. So as you can see, this is the Ethereum chart here. This is a Bitcoin chart here. And as you can see, when Bitcoin makes a new high, Ethereum makes a new high. When we have a Bitcoin low, we also have Ethereum low. When we have a Bitcoin high, we have also Ethereum high. And you can see that the pattern is pretty similar. So this is really indicative of the fact that the ratio between Bitcoin and Ethereum is pretty much pegged. And right now that ratio is sitting at 0.049. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to the stock to flow model, because the stock to flow model will tell you exactly where Bitcoin should be trading based on that model. And then we can use the ratio that I just discussed at 0.049, and then we can also determine where the Ethereum price should be. So let's get into the stock to flow. Also, please scroll down to my links below. I have exclusive cashbacks, trading fee discounts. So take a look at those links, and if you like the links, please click on the links and get your bonuses right now. Thanks. All right, this is the stock to flow model. I think some of you have probably seen it before. This is also the heat map. This is the days until the next halving, and you can see that the we had a halving here, we had a halving here, we had a halving here, and you can see that this is basically a 4-year cycle of, we go from a bull market down to a bear market, then we have a halving, then we have a bull market, then we have a halving, and then we have another bull market, and we can see that we're in the bull market now. So if you look at this will be indicative of where we can see the pricing happening. So for example, the stock to flow model predicts that in July we should have a Bitcoin price of around about $85,000. So if I use the ratio of 0.049, which is the current ratio between Bitcoin and Ethereum, then that should give me an Ethereum price of around about $4,165. So if you look at our pricing right now, you can see that the ratio is actually correct. So if you look at the prediction by the end of April 30th, 2021, the stock to flow model is looking at a $67,000 Bitcoin. I mean, that would make me definitely happy. And if we look at a $67,000 Bitcoin, then that gives me around about a $3,800 Ethereum price. So I definitely believe that my next measured move for Bitcoin is going to be around about 65,000, and that will give me a $3,185 Ethereum. Then we'll see a $70,000 move in Bitcoin, and that will give me a $3,430 Ethereum. So I believe by the end of this bull cycle in 2021, that we should be able to see at least $100,000 BTC. So if we hit $100,000 BTC by the end of this cycle, that will give me an Ethereum price of approximately $4,900. So if you look at the stock to flow model here, they're predicting approximately between $87,000 and $90,000 BTC price. So if I do hit my $90,000, that gives me an Ethereum price based on the 0.049 ratio of $4,410. So I'm a little bit more bullish. I definitely think that we can hit 100,000 during this bull cycle. Some people have been saying that there's going to be a super cycle. I mean, I really hope that happens. They're saying that we should hit a super cycle because of all the institutional interest that's going on. I think it's possible, but I want to give you price predictions based on the stock to flow model. So based on that, I think that the highest price that we'll see during this bull run will be a Ethereum price of $4,410, between $4,410 and $5,000, and that'll be based on a Bitcoin price between $87,000 and $90,000. So I hope that happens. I hope this video has been informative. Please smash that like. Please subscribe. Please share with your friends. Remember, there's scammers in the contents. I'll never give you my WhatsApp number and ask you to contact me, so avoid that. And once again, please share with your friends. Let's get this message out. Be well. Peace out, everybody.